I got a collection.
I wonder if you have to have a separate bedroom for them.
No, they just top of my closet. Got a little collection. Not too many though. I could use a little more.
You don't typically repeat them very often.
No, I like to switch it up.
Skyler, how comfortable are you getting with the quarterback power? Some of the things you guys are doing in the run game.
I'm getting a lot better feel for it. It's kind of a feel thing where you got to work inside out. Know when to bounce it. The type of looks when you can kind of get those tendencies and stuff. But it's just a work in progress. But I'm getting better at it.
Skyler, I don't know if you've watched the tape yet, but how much was Kansas improving, shutting down TCU, and how much of it was, the loss of Chavon Boykin?
I didn't really watch, too much of the TCU game. I dove into cut-ups about formation, and so I'm just kind of been going through what they've been doing throughout the whole season. But they're a tough bunch. They're going to fight it out to the end. They're not going to give up, and they're pretty sound. You can't sleep on these guys. So. We're going to prepare all week.
Skyler, when you think about the rather unconventional path you took to get here from high school, not being a guy who was really highly recruited, how much does that process, the way it took for you to get here, motivate you while you're here now?
Motivate me?
Yeah.
It really keeps me going. How much that I put into it. You don't want to put all that into it and then this be the end of it. I feel like God has a plan and He took me through that for a reason to make me the person I am today. But I feel like He's not done either. So I'm trusting it and I enjoy it. I enjoy the ride. I get to see a lot of different places. California was fun, but. Just enjoy the process.
You weren't really highly recruited coming out of high school as a quarterback. But was there anybody maybe when you were at Stephen F. Austin or anywhere that wanted to switch you out, maybe to running back or?
Yeah, Stephen F. Austin. I played running back there. I broke one for like 65 in a scrimmage in the spring game. So yeah, that was fun, but I didn't. No, I'm alright.
Is that what made him switch to running back, or is that what?
No,
playing running back?
They put me there, and then I made plays.
Was that maybe a motivation for you leaving there, wanting to stay at quarterback?
Yeah, no doubt, because that's what I am. I feel like that's what I do, and it is what I do. So, once that switch made, I felt like my odds of gaining a scholarship somewhere were a lot higher at quarterback than running back. So. And at the time, it was the best choice for me.
What was that process like for you, being a high school senior, playing quarterback, doing well, but not getting that attention from the programs around you?
Back then, it was just I didn't know much about recruiting, but I know I printed out every school in the country, A to Z, every Division I school. I had lists, and we would just mark it off with their phone number, with their contact information. We would make them and just call, mark it off, call, send an email, mark it off, call, send an email, mark it off, repeatedly for every school. And, we get little emails back, but nothing really major. And so for that, really signified that everyone had their shot, because I went from A to Z literally, and even West Virginia. But I'm glad they did. I'm glad they took their chances on it. But that's extra motivation for me, just because that was work. I had to sit there and do that, and I'm thankful for people like Jason and my mom for making me do that, because it worked out.
When you were at Riverside, when was that moment where WVU really became a possibility, and what inspired you to come here?
When Coach Dawson sat me down in our stands, hours before the game when it was empty, and just kind of sat me down and talked, and said that once he said, "Well, we're going to offer you," I was sold. Just from what he, the way me and him hit it off, and the relationship we built off of that, I was sold with the Big 12, the situation coming in, the offense that we run. I was sold.
Thanks, Skyler.
I'm guessing it was a big deal to get you there, get you here the next year, not after 2 years stint.
Right. Yeah. That was a big thing that probably upped my stock a little bit.
You had to cram in a lot of work, right?
Yeah, I was constantly in summer classes from I think I've been to 5 different schools total. Clarendon, TCC online, just multiple.
When you look at a team like Kansas, though, in 10, and you think, man, that could be me playing quarterback for them, and people underrated me too. Does that help you realize where they're coming from and why they might be dangerous?
Yeah, they're very dangerous because they're hungry. Striving after that first win, they're going to be hungry. And by watching the film, they're a team that fights. So you can't sleep on them.